Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for the new invitation. I'm very happy to participate in this International Congress. My presentation now is about the technology development and social construction, a critical temporary transformation. Understanding development today requires a critical review of its historical theory and models, as well as its relationship with technology. Over time, development has been conceptualized ranging from economic growth to human capabilities. Along the way, technology have not only accompanied a process of social transformation, but have also been profoundly shaped by the ideological, economic, and cultural frameworks in which they are embedded. This presentation proposes a critical reflection on the relationship between development and technology, integrating the contribution of the social construction of technology, Jack Hui, technological philosophy, Amartya Sen's mobility approach, and the structural contribution to development thinking in Latin America by Jose Antonio Campo and Carlota Perez. Development as a historical and critical category. Since the mid-20th century, development theory have sought to explain and gauge the process of economic and social transformation. However, as Amartya Sen argues, development cannot be reduced to economic growth. It must be understood as the expansion of the real freedoms enjoyed by people. This implies going beyond per capita income or infrastructure to focus on people's capabilities to be and do what they value. This critical perspective allows us to question the implication of development in its dominant version, marked by high level of inequality, social sacrifice, and authoritarian forms of organization. That development should not be as an end in itself, but as a means to the realization of human dignity. We can see technology production system and historical trajectories. Development is historically conditioned by technological change and transformation in production systems. Jose Antonio Campo and Carlota Perez, for example, argue that technological change is not simply a component of development strategies, but a structural condition of their viability. In Latin America, these trajectories have been disparate and have oscillated between the adoption of mass production models and the transition to flexible production networks. Today we have a newer market by digitalization, platform capitalism, and connectivity as a key productive force. This phenomenon refers to by some authors as connective capitalism. This covers not only modes of production, but also forms of subjectivity, cooperation, and competition. Beyond technological determinisms, the social construction of technology. The social construction of technology perspective development in the social study of science and technology argues that technological artifacts are neither neutral, nor objective, but the result of a complex social process. Technology are shaped by the interests, negotiation, and values that permeate the actors involved. From this perspective, there are not isolated technology, but rather interdependent systems in which the technical and the social co-constitute. An artifact, like a species in an ecosystem, transforms its social and symbolic environment. Furthermore, technology goes at cycles of design, controversy, and stabilization before becoming established. This approach, this point of view, offers a key opportunity for engineering science to abandon reducing view of efficiency, of performance, and incorporate a situated, multidimensional, and interdisciplinary perspective into the design of technical solutions. In particular, engineering studies must open up to methods and dialogues with the social science, ethics, ecology, and philosophy in order to respond to the complex challenges of contemporary development. The technological cosmology and civilists in consequence. Jacques Hui takes this reflection to a philosophical level by proposing that technology should not only be analyzed from the perspective of their function or efficiently, but also from the perspective of the cosmology that underpins them. This means that each technology reflects a worldview, a way of relating to nature, to others, and to time. This perspective it is crucial to ask ourselves, what technology are we promoting for homes, and what consequence? Regarding digital acceleration, it's not a neutral process, but rather a construct that can depend inequality, erode social ties, or open new horizons of freedoms and cooperation, depending on the civilizational model pursued. Critical engineering and multidisciplinary approach in this way, the engineering science, traditional technical approach, primarily oriented towards solving technical problems using optimization criteria, have begun to integrate multidisciplinary frameworks, recognize the complexity of current challenges. Movements such as humanitarian engineering, engineering for sustainable development, and critical engineering focus on designing technology that are not only functional but only inclusive, culturally relevant, and environmentally responsible. This shift responds to the need to train engineers and technical professionals capable of working in diverse contexts, incorporating perspective on gender equality, social justice, environment impact, and applied ethics. That it recognizes that technological knowledge is not sufficient on its own, and that problem solving requires interdisciplinary collaboration, community participation, and sociocultural understanding. Therefore, technological development cannot be limited to market innovation or technical performance. As seen, and we argue from different perspectives, all technology must be for its capacity to expand freedoms, strengthen human capability, and build livable futures. We can work together in futures. Technological transformation and development that cannot be considered separately. Understanding technologies from a critical perspective, as proposed by Hui philosophy, also implies rethinking our notion of progress and modernity. In this sense, human capabilities as scenarios are not only means to development, but also its ultimate end. Engineering science, when integrated into multidisciplinary frameworks, can be key to building emancipatory, contextualized, and sustainable technology. A truly critical and transformative theory of development, therefore, requires a convergence of technical, ethical, social, and cultural knowledge. Knowledge. This is the end. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you so much.